Bruce's big call Dinar Intel Tuesday night, the 11th of March 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Bruce's big call Dinar Intel Tuesday night, the 11th of March 25. Transcribed by Wiser, now emailed to recaps. Welcome everybody to the big call tonight. It's Tuesday, March 11th and you're listening to the big call. Welcome everybody, wherever you're located, around this globe. We're excited that you're here. We're looking forward to having a really good call tonight. I'm excited for what Sue is going to have for us, and what Bob going to bring to us, and even what I have to bring to you. Okay, well, I thank you very much. Let's get into the intel portion right now. What I'm happy about is when we get information that lines up with other sources. That is very cool, when we can get new puzzle pieces and they seem to fit well together. For example, Iraq over the let's say, when we got Sunday that Iraq had a new rate. This is prior to the Forex opening at 5 o'clock Eastern Time on Sunday. We heard this earlier in the day that there was a new dinar rate. And that new rate jumped up about would have been 15 cents in a short period of time and so on, and it's moving up. I'm pretty sure it's going to be really, really good. Well, it ends up that particular information that we got directly from Iraq from a source that speaks to the president of Iraq. Also the head of what they call the CBI, Central Bank of Iraq, which we think changed the name Sovereign Bank of Iraq. Either one that most people still use CBI, but it's a sovereign bank, and they set the rates for the dinar and so on. Well, what's really cool is we find out that the information we got is also saying for us here to get our paperwork together. And get ready for exchanges to start very soon. I will get into that timing in a minute here, very soon. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. It's first time that source has ever said that, talking about our getting our paperwork ready for exchanges. Okay, so then we find out that today from the same source to another source in the States that they're about to pay out back pay for 3 months. That would be December, January and February. They're paying everything you think of, military, contractors, educators. People that were prisoned under Saddam Hussein. All of these different things they're loading up and about to pay them on their debit cards. They have these debit cards. They're about to pay them tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 12th of March. So they're gearing up for that. Loading those cards up, and those are going to be happening tomorrow. And the people that we'd talked to that are Iraqi are very happy about this, because this is finally they're catching up now. Listen, they've caught up before, but this catches the last 3 months, December, January and February, at the new rate that they just established Sunday. Of course, it gets traded up on the Forex since then on Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday. You know, it's been trading, and that's a good thing for us and for them. Now, what I'm going to tell you tonight, I am going to be a little bit cautious, because I was informed that they don't really want me to go into much detail or depth when it comes to anything about rates or where the money is coming from or anything regarding that. So I'm going to honor that and stay away from it, and talk through general terms. And you know, like I said, I was advised, and so I'm not going to want to say anything that will get any of us in trouble, including me. SSO, what we're getting is that the bondholders, and sometimes it comes back, and I like talking about bondholders, which are Tier 3 bondholders. They started paying into their accounts. The individual bondholders started today, Tuesday, the 11th. And are going to pay out for the next 5 days, and should be complete, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. Okay, which is Saturday, right? Yeah, so they're putting the funds into those bondholders' accounts over the next 5 days. So how does that affect us? We've been told we're going to go right behind bondholders, but in front of others. I mean, listen, we're supposed to be receiving our notifications in the next 24 to 48 hours. And even more recently, this afternoon, evening before the big call, I heard it's more than likely going to be in the next 24 hours, today, Tuesday night. This was obtained earlier in this afternoon. Could very well be notified tomorrow, which could be great. We could get notified tomorrow, and start exchanging Thursday, or we could get notified and still exchange on Thursday. The thing that we've heard from our redemption center leaders is when the toll-free numbers come out to us, we're calling to set our appointments. They would be ready to exchange us and redeem our ZIM within 3 hours after we receive those numbers. That's as soon as they are ready at the redemption center to take us. Obviously, if we get this in the morning, it looks very good for us to exchange in the afternoon. Whether it comes tomorrow, weather Thursday, we've heard from one source exchange Thursday, Friday. We've heard from another source exchanges to start before Saturday, another source said exchanges to start by Sunday. Buyer before Sunday, and we've heard, like I mentioned, the possibility of being notified in 24 to 48 hours. So that is very good when it comes to our timing, and trying to create some kind of a timeline that we can adhere to. There was also something that had to be completed by this past Monday, which was by yesterday morning. And that was that banks all over the country needed to be completed, as far as the digital currency was the digital currency reserve was concerned, because there is a number of digital currencies. So-called tokens or digital coins that are of value and will stay in value and be used to back up the USN, as far as its value is concerned, as part of the asset backing of our new currency. I've also heard that. I've heard from a very good source that the USN does not have to be out, and I mean announced out for us before we go on these exchanges. Sort of the opposite of what you might think would be the case. But I'm going to take that source and say that's fine with me. The USN can come out whenever it needs to, not going to worry about that part of it. I know we're going to get more and more and more when it comes to disclosure. When it comes to Nasara, all of that, it's hard to predict exactly when it's going to happen, but I know that's very close. Now I'll say one thing, and that is that there have been checks that have been received, and we think these may or may not be Doge checks, or what we're calling direct deposits. So just keep an eye on your accounts, especially if you're retired. Keep an eye and watch for those possible direct deposits, and that's all I'm going to say about that. That's what I want to bring to you. And I do appreciate everybody that has been listening to the big call, for we're in our 14th year. You realize that on the 15th of March, which would be what, Saturday, I will have fulfilled 20 years of being invested. I followed it for longer than that, but it'll make 20 years to the day that I invested in these currencies, and I've been following more or less every day since. So I'm ready for this. You guys are ready for this. I'm looking forward to, you guys. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and pray the call out. Listen to the full version on the official DinarReport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: DinarRecaps.com.